Okay, here we are. I'm very excited to welcome our next guest, who is sporting beautiful blue hair. Hello, Amar. How's it going?
Hi, yeah, how's it going? Thank you for having me.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. Now, we've featured uh, your track on the show and actually two versions of it because we had a remix before as well.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and
Is
an album remix coming out this July 14th.
Oh, great. So it's lovely to now get to chat to you as well, find out a little bit more about you. So, for those who don't know you, tell us a little bit about Amar. Who is Amar?
Oh, that's that's a good question. Um, no, I'm a singer-songwriter, recording artist, if you want to make it short, based in Paris. And I just dropped my first album, Auto Disco, uh, which I produced and composed with my musicians, Cordes Out and Pomme de Pau. We are all Paris based. And I wrote the album between Paris and New York because I'm very much inspired by New York underground culture. And that's part of my musical DNA. So that's quite it. We went to something new wavy, disco oriented, and we tell the story of that guy, blue haired, quite dynamic, high energy boy named Ocho Disco.
Love it. Yeah, love it. And congratulations on the release as well. That's really cool. So, so what's your connection then with New York as well? Is it just somewhere that you love, or have you got other connections there?
Um, well, actually, I traveled there a lot, and the because I always like the energy there,
Yeah,
the
me too.
people, the creativity. It's so dense, and what I like about that city is that you never know where you're gonna sleep, or you never know how you're gonna end up your day, because
Yeah.
everything is so dynamic every single time, and you can meet incredible people, incredible performers, and I've been surrounded by so many of them, and it was a very good start to write the album and to fulfill my expectation of that. And um being between, based in Paris, but quite have that time to travel and to meet other people is pretty much awesome, and that's good for, as musicians, artists to do so. So
Yeah, absolutely. And great. Well, I mean, what a great pairing, I'd say, Paris and New York.
yeah, that's a good function. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Paris. What's the music scene and the people you surround yourself with in Paris? What's it like?
Yeah. Well, actually, since the world went on hold for a moment, let's call
Yeah,
it a
still kind of
time.
holding slightly.
Yeah, yeah. It's quite fuzzy, but um, I when I started, I was in Paris, and I started surrounded by musicians and DJs. And at the time, I didn't want to be like quite much into the music industry. That was not the path that I wanted to go to. And but jumping into the nightlife society, and mixing a lot of DJs and working with them and learning from them was kind of a good experience for me to do. And it's funny because I think since the pandemic, or how the world has changed for live performers and DJs or musicians, I think there were like an entire new diversity in the way you can produce your music or just
Mm.
show what you do, which I think is quite interesting to see how we can totally inverse that, you know, flange of how we can do music now and still stay connected together.
Yeah, absolutely. I've spoken about this quite a lot with different guests about how
Yeah.
the creativity has managed to keep on going, and actually connections have in some ways happened even
Yeah.
more over this last year than before, which I think is amazing, which is really cool. I guess yeah, the live element is the bit that's missing currently, but
Oh,
um,
totally. It's
is that
killing. But
yeah? Did you used to do quite a lot of live performance as well then?
yeah, I was just about to say, Mr. Perfect.
Mm. Not sponsored by, but I do have Mr. Men mug I'm drinking out of currently.
Well, okay, I'm not gonna lie.
Mm. Merci,
uh,
maman, merci.
uh, I was about to say that I did Chauncey Downridge from the House of Downridge based in New York, DJing at the Stonewall and some very underground gay scene.
Lovely.
He managed to create an international live festival for the past Pride, so last year in June. And it was amazing because he tended to connected, like we were 24 performers for an entire weekend, all live from different hours and everything. And it was good to see how people get creative. So the people were filming in their apartments,
Yeah.
some people were filming in some outside outdoor spaces. And I felt quite touched to do that. There was a nice way to get all connected. And thanks to social media, of course, we can get to all talk together and to make that happen.
Yeah,
So I
absolutely.
think it's quite good.
Have you
Really
got?
being live.
Sorry, here's my phone ringing now. Excuse me.
Oh.
I'm just so busy. People keep trying to get hold of me. Um, excuse to interrupt. I was going to say, have you got anything lined up, even if it's not out in real life yet? But have you got any Pride events, gigs lined up for this summer?
I'm currently working on it. There's a few. I've been approached by a few people for shows or new cabaret that are reopening and they want a live performer. So it's pretty good to see that it's not like things are getting ready to move forward. Like people are so dedicated to make that happen with Hamdi. So it's quite nice to see that people still want to work and want to bring people back together. So I'm in talk for LGBTQ plus festival this summer,
Oh, cool.
which will be nice next to the beach. So.
Oh, lovely. That sounds great.
I only go there to be near the beach.
Hey, why not?
Hey,
Why not?
yeah, there's a boat too.
Oh, yeah, great.
I have a night in fantasy of doing my own remake of the Titanic
Uh, yeah,
without with no sinking included, of course.
only floating.
Only floating in the big parade, you know.
Mm, that sounds amazing.
It wasn't dresses. I mean, yeah, of course.
So take me back a little bit. How did you get into music in the first place?
It's quite funny though. I first wanted to dance. I was really working on being a dancer.
Mm,
That's my my first artistic DNA is based on dance. I was doing ballet and work practicing a lot. And when I first came to Paris as a young boy, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm done with dancing because I didn't manage myself to go to where I wanted to. So I started practicing burlesque and I joined some musical cast and I started auditioning for the Rocky Horror show,
hmm.
which
Yeah, lovely.
um, so I started to play there, and I was singing very badly, of course, and dancing. But starting to enjoy that burlesque scene. And after that, I quite liked it. And then a guy came over to me and said, "Hey, we were doing like a stand up." An open night for young performers, singers, blah blah blah. I like your vibe. You should come. You should play there. But it's live musician. So do you have a band? And I immediately lied to him and said, yeah, of course I do. And so I went there and I grabbed two musicians with me that I knew at the time, and I play with them. At the end of the show, I said, you know what, we're not done. And this is how I start, working at making music, writing my songs and stuff. And it was like 4 or 5 years ago. So I first did my first song. They were quite more garage oriented, like
Yeah.
very rock version and very glam rocky inspired.
Mhm.
And I really managed to put my 700% into it. And this is how I end up doing a disco.
Ah, great. Oh, I love it. And where were you before Paris? Where did you grow up?
Just a small town 1 hour away from Paris, But it was like too short-sighted and too close-minded to support my awesome creativity.
So Paris was the place to go to.
Yeah, but even Paris is sometimes too close-minded or too short for me. That's why I like to keep on, traveling and meeting other people and get inspired by other
Yeah,
people.
absolutely. I think, it's such an amazing thing, such a privilege to be able to travel. And like, I
Yeah,
just really
yeah,
I miss that. I'm missing it loads at the moment, I think. And I didn't even really do it loads, but I'm just like, I know that that's what I want of life. Whatever happens next, I know that I want to be doing as much of that as I can because, yeah, it's so important.
I went to Spain last January. There was a short trip. There was just for a weekend. But being able to take the plane, I was so thrilled
Yeah,
to being able to be in the plane and
yeah,
going
right.
to a where, restaurants were open. There were like live singers in the street. We can have back now in Paris, but it felt like quitting a very close word and entering a new space, which was like kind of weird at the time. But yeah, I just can't wait to travel back to greet other people and to just have a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly.
miss partying a lot.
Yeah, me too. Oh, get me on the dance floor. Get me on the dance floor
Yeah,
and playing.
or turn the heat on. Let me dance. Let me show my moves. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm ready. I'm ready right
crawling,
now.
crawling on bodies, all sweaty.
Uh, honestly,
It's the spotlight.
do it right now. Miss it. It's like it's a thing that we need to get out of ourselves. And like,
Yeah.
absolutely. I fully agree. So tell us then a little bit about this latest release then. And the track we're going to hear is Off the Ground. Is that right?
Round, yeah, totally.
Tell me a little bit about this.
I think to me is one of my favorite track on the record because I mean I love them all, but Of the Ground is quite. I think the entire message of the album then in that song. Because when you listen fully to the album, we talked about doubts, um, the feeling of insecurity, the constant rebellion side that you can have, and that quite euphoria, high energy dynamic. And writing is, as you know, when you write a song, you have to show both your vulnerability
Mm,
and you have also to talk to people, rather if you're even if you talk by yourself, because
mhm,
you write about what you know, what you've experienced. And to me, that's the most personal song of the record. And I quite like the vibe. It's melancholia mixed with high euphoria. It's quite dynamic, very good cardio training if you want to dance on it. And
right.
yeah, so that's why I really wanted to listen to that song tonight because it's
Oh, I love
great.
it. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And do you ever come up with dance routines for your songs? Is that a thing?
Yeah. Well, it's no. Well, it depends. When we were making them on studio, so when we first started working on the record, I keep on listening to every, demos that we were doing every time when I was training. Now, when we were fully recording the album, I couldn't stand the record because, of course, I've listened to a lot.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing my routine on the remix album,
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
which is more suited to a very hard cardio dance routine.
Okay. Oh, that's good fun though. But I love that. As I'm in a similar place right now. I've been doing. I have some remixes that are coming out of my EP that I did last year
Okay.
as well. And like it's fun how you're always like a step ahead of where the music that's actually out in the world is. You're like, actually, I'm thinking about the next project, but then you have to be like, oh yeah, I remember that project that I did ages
Sorry, I
ago.
didn't know. I didn't remember I did that song. What was it called again?
Yeah, what's that again?
I worked with a DJ based, a London based DJ on the album.
Mm.
OK Jams,
Okay.
and he did a very awesome remix of the ground.
Oh, cool.
So that will be a very sweat summer, you guys.
Sweaty summer vibe. Oh, fingers crossed. That's what we need. That's what we need.
Yeah,
Well, that's really exciting. And is there any other? So you've got the remix album coming soon.
yeah,
Are there any other projects on the horizon for
yeah.
you?
I'm sorry. I'm French, you know, so I'm a lot.
It's
I
okay.
I
C'est bon.
I work on another album. Yeah, with friend DJ Timmy Marcus. The first who did the Ready to Dance remix. We decided to make an album together that I wrote already, and so now we are hitting up in the studio back in July.
Nice.
So yeah, it's gonna be quite different from what I did. We went for something more house disco oriented,
Mhm.
and yeah, that's what I'm working on at the moment. And I'm so
Great.
free.
Oh, exciting. Very exciting.
Yeah.
And what about your big musical dreams, aspirations? What are they for Amar? Where
Um,
where do you see yourself heading? Where do you want to be heading? Or does it matter? I don't know.
well, I would love, I guess, um to have worked with Jabriah.
Hmm.
I think he was such a visionary artist, as a live performer and as a musician, very in that glam rock vibe, quite melancholia. But that's someone I'm really looking up to. So yeah, that's one musical dream. But since he passed away, I know that I should change that. I'm thinking I want to keep on doing music, keep on getting inspired, and have the chance to meet people and to work with them, collaborating with them. I think it's the greatest experience. You know, the thrill to the entire creative process, putting all ideas together, keep on getting inspired. That's what I'm heading every day.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's it. Making it part of your life as well. Do you do this full time? Is music your thing full time? Do you do other stuff as well?
Well, as every young gay man who wants to be an artist, I have to have a side job.
Hmm.
So when I'm in need of money, I pose sometimes from the hard schools, you know, because it's
Oh, cool.
yeah, that's quite a like thing to do. It's not about being an exhibitionist, just a little.
A little bit, but you know, also it's
Yeah,
art and money. I know,
art, and sometimes
I know lots of people like
I can keep the painting, so with time line.
That's cool.
Um,
That's very cool.
yeah, and I'm bartending sometimes, but last time I bartended to a club, the guy went mad at me because I dropped my music instead of the DJ.
That's great though. I mean, I feel that that's, you know,
No, I had to play my music somewhere. They were playing the music. I didn't like it, so I just dropped it onto my Spotify and okay, let's play a song.
oh, what, and you got in trouble for that.
Yeah, because it was his music.
They didn't like,
Mhm.
hey, well, you know, I feel like,
What would you know?
well, exactly right. If you got the opportunity to play your music, then
Old Queen jealous.
just jealous, probably. Just
Oh.
jealous. Well, well, that all sounds very exciting, very exciting. And are there any other artists that you are excited about at the moment, or people that you're kind of watching from the sidelines, interested to see?
Well, I pretty much adore Van Hetcher is based in Montreal.
Hmm.
We run away together in New York. He does an incredible music, very pop. Um, and we talked about working together, but the pandemic came across. Of course, Miss Rona wanted to get the attention, but I really like his job, his voice, and the entire universe. We're kind of close on that, and is a good support and send me messages every single week just to get, like a fully support. So that's the kind of, you know, meetings you can have in the industry that makes
Yeah,
you
yeah,
feel very welcoming. And that's yeah, very a project that I would love to make it happen.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're right. It's so important to find those supportive people in the
Yeah,
industry to kind of
totally.
to,
Yeah,
to bounce ideas off of, and yeah, feel like you've got someone who's got your back as well. That's really important.
totally. And I'm not complaining, of course, because I think being able to do a record during the pandemic, I mean, that it's, keep on rolling up your sleeves and keep on working and working
Yeah,
harder because, you are doing it yourself, no production besides you or anything.
yeah, yeah,
Getting sometimes support from people that are your elders is pretty awesome, of course. So, just keep on working.
keep on working, keep on doing it, keep on being
Good work.
creative. All those things. Well, thank you so much for coming to chat to me. I'm very excited to be
Thank
playing another
you
track of yours on the
so much.
show. Um,
Thank you so much for having me and to be, of course, supportive for people across the sea or anywhere in the world.
oh yeah, pleasure. It's great, and it feels like this is my version of traveling right now. I feel that I get to.
Yeah, well, welcome in Paris tonight.
Yeah, merci. I do
Nice.
love I do love Paris. So when I can.
Well, next time you come around, please and visit, let
Well,
me know. Of
please, I would love to. Hopefully, I can come and
course.
see
Even
some
if you
live DJing or a performance or something. That'd be great.
well, yeah, we really like split the stage together into something, of
Ah,
course.
amazing. Right. Well, I mean, you're on. I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah.
My brother lives in France, so
Oh,
I
okay.
I have good excuses to go to France often when I'm allowed. So
Oh, you mean in the previous world, in the BC,
in the
like
yeah
before?
in the BC exactly, yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
BC I was
I
popping across.
trademarked that already, the BC. So, yeah, you
But
can come
soon,
there.
soon enough, we'll be back.
Yeah,
So
of
I will
course.
see you on the dance floor in Paris.
Let's
Lovely.
let's share the spotlight.
Yes, please. That'd be great.
Thank you so much, and have a nice one.
Thank you so much. Take care, and we will look forward to hearing more from you, I'm sure, over the coming year. So,
Thank you.
merci, à bientôt.